Aitor, Brighton need to win, you need to avoid defeat. How does that affect the dynamic and the way you approach the game?
I think it's for me it's the same, because I don't know to prepare a game to draw, because I think it's difficult to go to the pitch thinking that a draw is good, because my experience tells me that when you go to the pitch thinking about drawing the game, you are going to lose those games more than you are going to win. So for a reason, I'm preparing everything to try to beat the Brighton, knowing that it's going to be a tough game, because there are more than 3 points.
It's effectively like a playoff final now. Do you think the experience from last season will help you and the players?
I think so, because I said not now. I said the last month that now we were more mature, we were better players, more experience. Last season I think it was a good lesson for everybody. That season we lost the final because we weren't ready to get promotion. I don't want to say that this season we are ready, because I don't know. But I think we are more mature, more experienced, better players, and especially we play at home.
There was a lot of emotion at the full-time whistle after the playoff final. Will you use that feeling of desolation in your team talk to motivate the players this weekend?
Yeah, because always I had my first week, my first month after the playoff final, everybody saying that the team which had lost the final the following season always is not good for them, and we are better than we were last season. So for that reason, I said at the beginning of this season that that final was good for us, because everybody arrived to the first training in pre-season ready to fight again, and for that reason we are in the position where we are now.
You've called for the very best referee for this game. You've got Mike Dean. How important could his role be?
I think it can be massive. A referee who's been referee, I think, almost 400 games in Premier League. I don't know if it's almost 20 years. His career, I think, is the best thing, because this game, I think, is going to be followed every single place in the world. And I said that this league, and I'm really proud of being here, because it's one of the best leagues in the world, needs the best from everybody. And I am sure that Chris Hudon is going to put his best 11. I'm going to try to put my best 11, and with a really good referee. Everybody has put everything on the pitch, so just is to play.
You featured in many big games as a player. How does this game rank?
I think it's different, because as a player you go home thinking that you can score the winner goal, you can save the goal. But as a coach, you have to think about your players, and you can think about yourself. I try to do everything that I usually do, because it's not a normal game, but it's a game, and we have to try to win. But as a player, it was completely different.
There's a prospect this weekend of Richie Delap winning a Premier League winners' medal and a Championship winners' medal. How big an achievement would that be? And what about Leicester's season and Claudio Ranieri and the job that he's done there?
Massive. I think what Ranieri has done here is amazing, because it's an amazing example, and I think it's a good thing to learn in the future, because everybody knows at this moment is thinking about Claudio Ranieri, but you can't forget that he arrived 1 week before starting the season, so he didn't plan the squad. He just arrived, and he was working amazing with a squad that everybody was expecting to fight for relegation position, and they won the league. So I think it's a good thing for the Premier League, for the football in general, and for everybody. And I want to congrats Claudio and Leicester, because they've done an amazing job, and it's a good example for everybody.
Aitor, you had a long time to wait after you got the draw at Birmingham. Were you following closely the Brighton versus Derby game?
Sorry?
Were you listening to the Brighton Derby game or watching it on television?
Yes, I was watching because I had to analyse them, and the best way to analyse them was watching the game live. So for a reason I was watching the game. After the game, we depended on us, so we had to win. After that game, one draw is easy not, but again, I'm preparing the game, thinking that we have to win the game.
Does it make Brighton a bit more dangerous that they've got just one thing they have to do, which is actually win the game? Does it make them a more dangerous team, do you think?
You can imagine how dangerous they are when they are 13 games unbeaten. So it's not just about the last game. And when we played at Brighton, the first game, they were unbeaten till that day. So for a reason, they are an amazing team. Chris Hutton is doing an amazing job in that club, and for a reason it's going to be really, really tough. But again, we have the game at home. One draw is easy not, and once again, I am calm because the players make me calm.
And I suppose, obviously thinking back to the Wembley final, it's important that the players play the match and not the occasion, and they've got to sort of forget just what's riding on the game and just concentrate on winning a game of football.
Yeah, but again, I think it was different because the final was at Wembley. It was new for everybody, even me. It was the first time for me. Now the players who lost the final are one more year experience. The players who have come this season are mature players, are experienced players, and for a reason I am looking forward to the game because again we are better than we were last season, and again the game is at home and not at Wembley.
Given the fact that the new TV deal's coming, the £5 billion TV deal's coming in next season, the perfect time to get promoted, but how much do you need to keep some of that pressure of how much is riding on it for the club? How much should you keep some of that pressure off the players?
I think the players think like me, and the last thing that I'm thinking about is about the money, because I've been here for 2 years and a half, and I said this week that there are a few things that the money can't buy, and for example the work that the players are doing every single day here to get promotion, the effort that our crowd is doing every single game, especially when we play away, spending money in traveling, the support that we have every single game from them at the Riverside. So for me it's much more important those things than the money. And
the fans will be important. Obviously they've endured 7 years in the Championship. I mean, it'd be great to do it for them, wouldn't it?
Yes, it's the main thing, because they deserve. There are in my mind, three people who deserve to get promotion. One is the chairman, the players, and the crowd. And I said always that this is the main thing in this club, and especially when I've been here for 2 years and a half, I know how important the chairman is in this club, the crowd, and especially these players. When you know, I have been here for 2 years, and I have players in my squad who are with me since the beginning.
Have you already worked out your starting lineup? Have you already worked out your starting 11 for the game?
I know. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Right, so just on the crowd, it could be a very, very special day at the Riverside, and the crowd, they can help you on Saturday, can't they?
Of course, and I said, for example, when we scored the goals this season, like Hull City or Reading in the last minutes, even in Bolton when they were 5,000 or 6,000 behind the goal, they were always pushing those balls. So for a reason now, it's another advantage. We have 12 players, and that 12th player can be really, really important for us, because again they deserve to get promotion, because you know, this last time has not been good in this area, and I think it's a good step to look forward.
You've known a lot of this team for a long time. You've added to the team. You've said all along that you feel ready. When you look around that dressing room now, do you feel that you've got a group of players who are ready to handle the pressure on Saturday?
Yeah, I think so. I think so, because again, I can be calm because they are calm, and we couldn't win the last 3 games, but again, if you analyze those games, we were better than Burnley, we were better than Ipswich, and we were better than Birmingham. So for a reason, with the squad which I have, if we play in the same way, I think we have more chances to win the games. And for a reason, and for example, it's another comparison last season when we played against Fulham and we had in our hands to get promotion. We couldn't handle the pressure and the game, and I think this season we are better.